You're wondering how plants can cook their own food and how they can give oxygen that we breathe in. Well, this video can answer these questions. Plants are photosynthetic organisms that use light, water, and carbon dioxide. Photosynthesis is a process of plants creating oxygen and their own food. Photosynthesis will need the sun's light to start the process. Inside leaves of plants, there is a part known as the chloroplast, which is important in the whole process of photosynthesis. Inside the chloroplast, there is a green bean called the thylakoid, and the liquid space around it is called the stroma. There are two phases in photosynthesis, the light-dependent reaction and the Calvin cycle. The light-dependent reaction is the first stage of photosynthesis, which occurs in the thylakoid. To start the process of photosynthesis, the light must hit a part inside the thylakoid called the photosystem II, or for short terms, PS2. The PS2 collects the light energy from the sun so that the electrons will get excited. The reaction center collects the excited electrons from the PS2. While the reaction center delivers the excited electrons, some of the electrons left in PS2 are released down to the water. The water molecules are split by the electrons released to create hydrogen ions. This is a process called photolysis, wherein the electrons remove the oxygen to release outside of the plant to only leave hydrogen particles behind. Now the excited electrons from the reaction center are transferred from the protein complex, so it will be used to open the protein complex, so that hydrogen ions will be transported inside the thylakoid. Because of this, the electrons lost the energy from the reaction center, and it is now transferred by an electron carrier. The process of chemiosmosis will force hydrogen ions inside the thylakoid to travel to the ATP synthase, so that the process of photophosphorylation will occur. It is a process where the ADP will be recharged back to ATP, which is a form of energy used to break off certain compounds. The electrons from the carrier are transported to another photosystem called photosystem 1, or PS1. The PS1 collects the light molecules from the sun to recharge it. Now, the excited electrons from PS1 will be transferred to NADP+, which is an electron acceptor. Since the NADP+ is infused with the excited electrons, it becomes an electron carrier, or known as NADPH. Both ATP and NADPH will be important for the next phase of photosynthesis, the Calvin cycle. The Calvin cycle, or the dark reaction, occurs in the stroma, and it is a process to convert carbon dioxide into glucose or sugar. It consists of three stages: carbon fixation, reduction, and regeneration. To begin the Calvin cycle, all NADPH and ATP produced are released outside from the thylakoid to the stroma to continue the Calvin cycle. The carbon dioxide we exhale around the environment will be absorbed by the plants to the chloroplast. During carbon fixation, three sets of 5 carbon molecules known as ribulose phosphate, or RUBP in short, combines with 3 carbon dioxide molecules with the aid of ribisco to form 6 phosphoglycerates, or 6,3-PGAs. During reduction, 6 ATP reduces 3 PGA into biphosphoglycerate, reducing ATP back to ADP, while 6 NADPH reduces it once again to turn into glyceride 3-phosphate, or G3P. Then NADPH forms back into 6 NADP+ once again and return to the electron transport chain from the thylakoid. 6G3P will be reduced into 5G3P due to the other G3P being taken to produce glucose. And lastly, during regeneration, 3 ATP restores 5G3P to 3 RUBP. Then the cycle goes on. On the side note, to form one molecule of glucose, 2G3P is needed. Therefore, 6 molecules of carbon dioxide, 18 ATP, and 12 NADPH is required. In other words, the Calvin cycle must run 6 times to create sugar. The process of photosynthesis creates a diversity of all living beings together because of the oxygen it provides and the carbon dioxide we provide. Plants create fruits out of sugar, and they provide us the environment that can create a world we live in. Thank you for watching.